It's Ron Goodall from FightHype.com. I'm here with Brant. How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling really good. Coming off of an injury, I tore my bicep, so actually it's a little more common of an injury than you think it would be for boxing. But like I said, it's gonna be a quick recovery back in the spring. You know, I'm excited to get right back on it, and I definitely want Murata again. So it's definitely on the comeback train, so to speak.
Now, I guess before touch on some of those topics, just curious on like the arm injury and how it came about.
Yeah, sparring actually. It was on Thanksgiving Day. I was sparring with Steven Nelson, who's fighting tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. And I threw a hook. He didn't move, you know, so he's a solid dude, and something popped. So I continued to train for a couple weeks afterwards. They told me that bicep was torn, so it wasn't a complete tear. It didn't roll up my arm or nothing like that. So you know, it's gonna be a quick recovery.
How long you think maybe the doctors told you? A couple weeks, a couple months, or?
Let's see, I was 2 weeks in a hard cast, kind of, and then I'll have 4 weeks total with this, so I have one more week left with this one here, then I'm just back to building the muscle again.
Back into physical therapy?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I started that about 2 weeks after surgery, so, you know, try and get back on it as quick as possible.
Now, one of the biggest like trilogy fights that people want to see, you mentioned earlier, is you and Murata.
Absolutely.
Granted, one was here, one was over in Japan.
We'll have to find something neutral for a third party one. You know, so I'm completely fine with it. Like I said, got caught in a fight. You know, it's boxing for you. You know what I mean? Just kind of motivates you more than anything else. You know, like I said, I was in training camp. Everything was going really well, dealing with Brian McIntyre in the training camp. So, and then this happened. So it's like, it's a good chance to step back, relax a little bit, breathe, and then get right back on it again come the spring.
How was the overall training camp with, you know, Brian McIntyre? I mean, the stable was incredible with guys like you and Maurice Hooker, Crawford, Shakur, Josh By, Steven Nelson from there. I can go on and on.
Absolutely.
What's that like?
It's everybody gets brought to their best level in every workout. You know, everybody's competitive. When you make it to a certain level in boxing, everybody wants to be the best in whatever, you know, respected activity that you're doing. So whether it's ping pong, running on the track, you know, doing strength conditioning, everybody's trying to one up the person next to them, which makes everybody better.
Is that an environment that you enjoy being in now, like seeing like Herring and you and Crawford?
Absolutely. You know, I was rubbing shoulders with champions like Crawford, you know, Hooker and Herring. You know, these guys they're very serious about it. Not only are they very talented, but they take it seriously as well. So, you know, it just brings every level gets brought up when dealing with guys like Herring, Hooker, and Crawford, of course.
Now, of course, you know, going into, you know, this fight at this weigh-in right here, are you showing any support to like Claressa Shields or any?
I'm a big Claressa Shields fan. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see her work tomorrow. I think she's very talented. You know, I'm excited to watch her work. I think that she's going to end up retiring undefeated. You know, when she decides to hang them up in many years. So, like I said, I'm just a fan. You know, I'm excited to watch the fight tomorrow. So it's going to be definitely entertaining.
Now, you said undefeated. There is a fight if she gets past this, or a fighter, and I don't know how the rules will be set, that could maybe make it a very difficult situation. The Amanda Nunes thing. Have you heard about?
I mean, I think if they fought in a cage, I think that would be, you know, really intriguing. But you're talking about a specialty. You know, I mean, boxing is one aspect of MMA. I mean, this is all Claressa does, and she's very good at it. You know, she's proven to be the best female to ever put the gloves on. And I think it could definitely be argued. That point can be argued just off the credentials alone. Two-time Olympic gold medalist, multiple weight class world champion. I mean,
granted, she gets this on paper, it will pass what, you know, any male or female boxer has done when it comes to the professional competition.
Belts and divisions, that's right. You know, she's in quite the collection. The only way she's going to get new belts at this point is if she vacates, then refights the champion. So it's, you know, it's going to be fun to watch.
Now, of course, you know, I love talking boxing with you right now. There's a big heavyweight looming fight that's coming up, the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury rematch. Has anything changed from that point? Have you seen any type of differences that these guys can bring after?
I mean, obviously, I think the two of them are you know, par for the course. You know, Fury moves like a middleweight or, you know, a welterweight in terms of his head movement and his mobility on his feet. But I think Deontay Wilder himself is one who said it best. You know, when you fight Deontay Wilder, you have to be perfect for 36 minutes, for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
He only needs to be perfect for about 5 seconds. You know, he lands one punch. You know, it's the ultimate eraser. It's hard to bet against, but I mean, this is the heavyweight fight that, you know, I think that my generation is going to look at as kind of the cream de la cream.
Do you think Joshua has a chance against either one of the guys, and why not?
He's good. He's talented. I think that Wilder's punching ability and the fact that Joshua can be hurt. And if you look at the knockdown from the first Fury-Wilder fight, nobody gets up from something like that. I literally stood up from my chair in my house and yelled out, "He's dead!" I didn't think that. I mean, people don't get up from that, so I don't really bet against power like that, and I don't think Joshua could stand up to that. And Fury in there, I think it's a better fight, Joshua Fury. I just think Fury's a little bit too slick, and he gets to people's heads. He's a big, arrogant dude. He has a lot of fun doing what he does. So I'm gonna go ahead and lean toward Fury with that one too.
Now I want to switch it back to you and in your division. In case if there's by any chance, politics or other plans that happen against Murata, is there any other champions or other people that you're looking towards right now, or you have?
I mean, honestly, it's anybody that will elevate your career, elevate where you're standing, where you're at this point. I've never been that type of person to be like, well, I need to fight this person. I need to fight. I mean, of course, everybody wants to hit the lottery and get the Canelo fight. Of course,
absolutely.
But for me, it's just I want to continue I want to get my belt back. So whether or not Murata keeps it, vacates it, loses it to his fight upcoming, it doesn't matter. I want that title back, and then we'll elevate that title from that position.
Does any of the fights with like the Charlos or Chris Eubanks now back in?
They're all talented. They're all fun to watch. I would fight anybody. This is that's the name of the game. Everybody wants to be the toughest dude on the block. So definitely 100%. I would sign all those contracts. But like I said, it's all about getting my title back first. But it gets a little difficult with the cross promotion and stuff like that. But I know that Bob Arum's definitely willing to work with other promoters. So when we cross that bridge, it'll be a very smooth, easy transition.
And then, going into this year, how many times do you want to fight? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4?
In 20, I mean, I would normally say 3 times. 3 times is where I like to fight. It'll probably end up being 2, depending on how these the next fights go, coming out of the injury, getting out of the kind of working this bad way out a little bit. So I would like to say 3, but realistically, probably 2.
Okay. And then before I let you go, I have to ask. Maybe there's secrets in there you can't reveal, but I do want to know how on earth do you get that output for so many rounds, like on just just 1,000 punches if it's like per round.
Okay, it's a funny thing because the way I look at it is, if there's somebody who lets you hit them 1,200 times in a fight, you're gonna hit them 1,200 times in a fight. It's more exhausting to miss or get blocked than it is to land. I was landing at a higher percentage, which kind of gasses you up when you land. It kind of gives you that confidence, that feel. So. Of course, you have to put in the legwork. You have to be running, you have to be training multiple times a day, with also giving yourself the proper amount of rest. So, but I mean, it's a touchy, touch and go. See how you're feeling. It all depends on the day. But as long as you have that base, that hard work base, I think you can transition into the fight. Realize this is something most people at this level have been doing most of their lives. So you can do the 12 rounds. A lot of it is mental. Once you mentally break through that wall, you can do a lot of things.
What does Brian, bring to that element? Seeing the fact that you have a hard-working mentality, you can fight forever.
He's a tactician, but it's a tactician in a funny way. Of course, he's always going to tailor what you guys are doing depending on who you're fighting at that time. But he also, he works on what your style is as a fighter, because when it comes down to it, when you're winning a fight, they're reacting to you, not vice versa. So it's a lot of working on, sharpening up a lot of the small little basic things, and like I said, training multiple times a day, and he's there for everything. If your shadow boxing is going to tell you to raise your jab up a little bit more. It's a great coaching staff. There's 4 coaches on the team, and you're going to work with every one of them. So it's, like I said, it's everything is brought up. Again, like I was saying earlier, everything gets brought up levels when there's somebody staring at you when you're jogging, someone staring at you when you're shadow boxing or hitting the bag, making small corrections, which is where you get better at.
Now, for any fans to follow your journey and throughout your recovery and coming back, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Robert Brant USA on Instagram, and Robert Brant on Facebook. So I'm definitely out there.
And then we'll see you at the Steve.
I'll definitely 100% be at the fight tomorrow. I'll be at the fight tomorrow and the one on Saturday as well. So it's gonna be a good weekend of fights.
Awesome. We'll appreciate the time.
I appreciate
Wish you the best and excited to see what's prepared for you in the future.
Thanks, I appreciate it.